Hi, I've just got back from recording the world's most craziest in my mug. Didn't quite work out how I'd hoped it would. Things kind of went awry and we had some technical difficulties using the Google+. One thing I did forget to mention was that there's a bit of film at the end which is from Transcend Coffee in Canada, who also had some of the coffee and sent us some tasting notes. And also some people were doing live in my mugs in their store that couldn't get on, so thank you to 68 Cafe. Thank you very, very much to North Tea Power, who came on and then unfortunately lost their connection, but they did a great job, so thank you guys. And also Opposite Cafe, who had a tasting in their store and raised some money for Coffee Kids, as did Gordon at Harlequin, who's raised over 75 quid. So listen, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy this this very special and unique in my mug. Please forgive the editing, it's been so hard, but I hope you enjoy. Hello everybody and welcome to In My Mug, episode 150 on Sunday the 25th of September 2011. Wow, what a stressful day. I've said that 150 times today. I'm really quite proud of it. And what we're doing is especially in my mug, especially for that. On my computer here, we have a much smaller group of people than I was expecting because Google Plus is horrible. But we have lots of people who are going to be tasting the coffee with me as I taste it. It's two coffees this week. It's two coffees that I've never tasted, which I think is interesting. Because I've not tasted them. Andy and Roland decided on the roast profiles between them, and this is my first chance to try it along with the people who are watching on the streaming here. So it's going to be exciting. I've said exciting far too many times. I really shouldn't. Because I don't know a lot about this coffee, I have notes, and we're going to go through the notes, we're going to go through the people tasting it on there as I'm tasting it too, and we're going to see what we think of it. So the coffee's from Indonesia. It's called Wahana, which is the estate that it's from. Unusual for an estate in Indonesia. Indonesia tends to be kind of co-ops, small groups of farmers pulling together. But this is an estate that was set up in 2005 by the exporters Sarawak. Oh, yeah, great pronunciations again. You see, even when I do them live people, I can't pronounce things. The farm is 500 hectares of land, of which 250 are planted with coffee. 30 of them are dedicated to a huge coffee nursery, and the rest of the estate is for the local community to plant seeds, things like that, which is very cool. On the farm, they've really pioneered in Indonesia, playing with different varietals. So they currently have Rasuna, which is an indigenous varietal to Indonesia, which is the majority of what they plant. Jantung, which is one of the coffees that we're going to be tasting here. Anadong, which is one I've not heard of. Sari, which I haven't. Longbri, which is one I definitely have heard of and is quite prominent in Ethiopia and particularly in the Harar region. And Torja, which is a varietal which again is indigenous to Indonesia, normally found in the Colossi area. But yeah, that's cool. So we've got two of these varietals. As far as I'm aware, there are 3 bags of these entirely in the world, of both of them, and you guys are consuming these 3 bags. After this, there's no more. We're not going to be selling those on the site. There's not going to be another way of trying it. You were either an In My Mug subscriber or at one of these coffee shops here where the good people have been serving it. So, I'm going to go and pull shots. I'm going to be back in a minute and then we're going to talk to the people at the coffee shop. So, I'll be back in just a second.
I hate the Google everything sidebar.
If you'd like WordCraft on my car,
I hate the Google everything sidebar.
you can take it and shove it up real far.
It's hard to find any product that does what it does really well in a world of need.
Right, so I'm back. I'm going to talk to my laptop a lot during this part, so kind of don't worry, I'm not looking at you in the camera, because I'm looking at these lovely people here. And I'm going to start with Dale. Dale!
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hear me now.
He's in.
Boom, boom.
So, those who don't know Dale, Dale is my wholesale director and works here at Has Been, and also my very good friend. So, Dale's very kindly given up his Sunday afternoon. His children are probably running wild in the house as we speak to.
I've shut the doors, so we'll never know.
So I'm going to start with the Jantung seed, Dale, yeah? So you've tried this one, yeah?
Yes, yeah, I have them both in front of me.
And what do you think?
Okay, so I've only tried them as brewed and cupped them. I poured water on both of them earlier, and the Jantung one gave me the weirdest smell I've had in ages, which was menthol and eucalyptus. Like loads.
Smells in the bowls, I forgot about them.
Hey, smells are in the bowl.
No, they're in the bowl. Cool. So yeah. So you got eucalyptus from it.
Yeah, like it took me ages to think what I was smelling, but it was just like lockets.
Okay.
Loads of that really weird thing. I didn't expect that at all. And then lots of the things that I did expect, which kind of chocolate and earth, and like a smokiness, but not in an offensive way at all. Like
this was the one that I think I was looking forward to the least. I'm really looking forward to the Hurrah one much more, the long brew. But this one is, it's a typical Indonesian varietal that virtually died away. I've actually got something on it here, and it says, came from the Coffee Research Centre in Jember, east of Java. It's believed that this variety was introduced by the Dutch, so it has a long history, and I expect it to be more typical Indonesian. Would that be your tasting notes, or?
Yeah, there were different things kept coming across. It's really clean. It's not dirty at all, but you do get lots of earth, loads of body. It's nice. It tastes a lot like coffee, which isn't very exciting. but it does taste like coffee.
It's very, very coffee-like, and it isn't exciting. It isn't one of those coffees you're going to go, wow, about. But it's an Indonesian coffee, and it's very well presented and very well done.
Yeah.
So
it's a very nice coffee.
Cool. So the Longberry, what did you think of that one?
Longberry, I got loads of aniseed, lots of really sweet aniseed from the aroma. But drinking it as it cools, something I didn't expect. There's lots of lime started coming out. Not like a.
There's a real strong acidity for an Indonesian. That's quite unusual.
For an Indonesian, it wasn't really acidic, but there was a really clean, clear flavour of lime, and then again all the things I expected. Actually, when I cut some previously with Roland, I preferred the Jantung, but now I'm all over the Longberry. So yeah, both good. Both nice, but both very different.
I've just tried the espressos here. I agree. I think for me the espressos, the Longberry. I keep calling it a Hurrah, and it's a Longberry, but it's very typical of Hurrah. Is better for sure in the espresso. Listen, Dale, thank you very much for giving up your weekend and stuff. It's very cool, and we're going to go over to Clonus and Smalls now in Bath. So Clonus and Smalls, woo! Cheers, Dale. Hi guys, you're on mute. I can't hear you. Yay! Hello, mate. I can. This is Leslie and Max from Clonus and Smalls in Bath. Thank you very much for joining us, mate. I loved you were doing the cupping with the customers and stuff. That was very cool.
Oh, good. Oh, you saw that? Oh, good.
I did. I saw all that going on. So have you two had a chance to try this yet? Have you tried the coffees?
We have indeed, mate. Yeah, we've tried them a few different methods. We're cupping them, and we put them through the AeroPress as well. With the cup, with this.
What did you think of the Jantung seed one to start off with?
Say that again, sorry?
What did you think of the Jantung seed one to start off with? What were your opinions on that one?
We found that quite heavy. Yeah, no, it's actually not as heavy as the Longberry. We found it a bit more floral, quite chocolatey.
Okay.
It's all got a lot sweeter and more balanced as it cooled.
Yep.
Yeah. It was a little bit smokier at first, a bit more earthy. Yeah.
We were just talking to Dan. I don't know if you heard that part with Dale, but we were saying that it was very, most typical of the Indonesian style flavours. So you've got that earthiness and that kind of
absolutely
smokiness, much more than you did with the Harar. But yeah, it was much more typical what I expected from an Indonesian.
Absolutely, yeah. No, we enjoyed it still. We found that we didn't think it was as refined as the Longberry.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone finds the Longberry sort of quite a complete drink.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I've only tried it as an espresso so far, so I'm kind of going, but that's how I think it's going to taste when I move on from the espresso, is that it's going to have a little bit more to it and kind of be a bit more, the Longberry being a little bit more, what's the words I'm looking for, just a bit more grown up, whereas this is a bit more kind of like what I expect from Indonesian, so... And what did the customers think? What was the balance of favourites? Was it more to the Longberry or more to
We've thought about this, and we've done a little chart, Steve.
Ooh! Get you into chart! Excellent. Is that done in crayon?
The Longberry won out, but not by a mile.
Cool. I don't think there's lots. They're slightly different. They're not massively different, and I wouldn't expect it to be kind of way off. But I think one thing for me with these coffees is they are very drinkable. They're just like, they're not like a Kenyan can be way too acidic sometimes for some people's palates, whereas most people will get this as being a nice cup of coffee.
Absolutely, yeah. They're really accessible and drinkable. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, listen, thanks very much for doing this, Matt. I really appreciate it, both of you. You're very kind. It's great to have. If you're anywhere near Bath, you must go visit these guys because they are the most amazing coffee shop. They've moved recently, and it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So please do go and see Max and Leslie, and you will love it. It's a geek's paradise. So.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Thank you very much. See you later. Cheers. Hiya, Paul.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, you're there, mate. How you doing?
You got me?
Yeah, got you. So Paul is an In My Mug subscriber, also a good friend from being a customer, but also because Paul's dad is like a hero to me. He used to manage Sunderland, and Paul's a top guy. So, Paul, have you had a chance to brew these coffees and try them?
Yeah, only the Janutang. I've got it in an espresso, Steve.
Yeah, and what do you think?
Really good, really earthy. I love it in the espresso, actually. I think it works really well.
I think, so I don't know if you heard what I was saying to Max and Leslie, but it's just a very drinkable espresso. I mean, I'm looking forward to trying it in milk, because I think in milk it's really going to punch through, because you can taste that, the heavy flavours in there.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure it'll come through in milk really well.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is with these coffees, you can kind of guess how they're going to taste from trying the espresso, because it's not a complicated cup, is it? It's not like there's lots of flavours going on and lots of different nuances. It's a cup of coffee. I'm going to try the Harar one as well. Yeah, I mean, again, I expected that to be a little bit more delicate in there, and it is. It is a little bit more delicate in the Kappa. So, how long have you been an In My Mug subscriber for now?
I'm just coming up to my first anniversary. I'll have to renew soon.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you always bought before that, though, didn't you? Because
mostly from Gordon in Harlequin. So,
who were coming up at the end, and I put Gordon at the end because he's got millions of cups of coffee to make. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool, and we'll get more about Harlequin when we get there, because they're lovely people too. But listen, Paul, thank you very much for joining me, mate. I really
cheers, Steve.
And I appreciate your support.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Moving on to Mr. Harmon at 3FE in Dublin.
Hello?
Hello!
Hello? Hello?
The magic of the internet means that Ireland can talk to us.
UK, now one.
So, have you brewed both lots of coffee up?
Yeah, we did. There's a little gang of us here. Say hello, everybody. There we go. Amazing what money can do.
How much do I have to give you for those people?
It's in the invoices in the post. Don't worry. No, we've had a good crowd here. They've come out on their days off, so it's good to have everybody here.
Yeah, no, thanks very much, guys. Really appreciated.
These went down really well, actually. We've had them in milk as espresso and as filter as well.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So let's start with the Jantung seed. What was the general opinion on that one?
Okay, a bit of a bombshell in that I think everyone likes it in terms of, like, you know yourself, when was the last time we had Indonesian coffee on bar? It was a long time ago. So I think it's not something that we generally do, but it was beautiful. It was really, it was a lot cleaner than I thought it was going to be. Very smooth, nice acidity to it as well, which is kind of surprising. But I would look forward to you putting that into a blend, is what my impression of it would be.
I think the thing with Wahana is that the one thing they do very well processing and their selection and the way that they do the coffees, because they're very well organised. And a big problem with Indonesian coffees being dirty and earthy and the rest is because they just lack organisation to pull themselves together to do things at the right times. And everything I've had from them, I've kind of been impressed. I mean, we had the wash, the pulp natural, and the natural not so long back, and they were interesting coffees, you know. And people like this kind of thing as a coffee, I think, because it's not overly complicated, and it's not. We geek out on these fancy flavours, you know, whereas some people just want a really nice cup of coffee, and I think it is a good cup of coffee.
I don't know. Was that anyone's favourite? Yeah. Okay, I think it's pretty much 50-50 actually.
And I don't know if you saw Colonus and Small's ones earlier, but they were the same. I think the Longbury won out just by one vote, so that's very true.
I don't know if Dale was talking about which one he was talking about when he said it, but I think that one for me is very much coffee. It's very smooth and very drinkable. Really liked it. The Longbury. It was my favourite anyway. I think Bruno and Monica here probably agree with yourself. That Dale said earlier, limes just bang.
I'm drinking the cold espresso, and I agree. It is very citrusy as a cold. It's cold.
But because what I was expecting was a huge big blueberry bomb, and it never came. Because that's my experience of Longberries, and it's just like wonderful citrus acidity, lovely flavour, and effervescent texture was amazing. Really
I think a lot of that blueberry though that we get from Haraz, you know, it's kind of a lot to do with the processing and the you know, the unique climate. They've got much more than the varietal. I've tasted a lot of stuff from Haraz that's had that blueberry bomb without it being that varietal. Did you look at the beans of the Longbury? They're freaky long, freaky long. I mean, they just look so different alongside the Rasuna. So yeah. So, all in all, gone down quite well, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to pass it to Monica. She's going to tell you what she thinks as well.
Okay, cool. Monica!
Hello.
How are you?
You on?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Well, I tried them both. I tried them on espresso. I didn't get a chance to try them on a filter. And I tried the Longbury with milk. I think they are both pretty amazing, but big agreement with Colin and with Bruno and some other people prefer the Longbury. Really, the lime's coming through like, wow, it's beautiful.
I definitely think the Longbury is much more of a geek's coffee for sure.
Yeah.
We're geeks. So,
have them here.
I'm really excited because the espresso, that's the first shots I've pulled of it. And like once I've finished here, I think I'm going to pull lots of them because I didn't do a great job of them. But they're super tasty. So you've tried them as milk and as espresso, and what did you think of the Jantung though?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
I think we're slightly losing you now.
Okay, cool. Listen, well, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to move on to Harlequin because we're nearly there. So. Listen, thanks very much for participating, mate. Much appreciated. Thank you, gang. Thank you. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
In a bit, mate.
Cheers.
Bye. Gee. Did you just swear?
Yo. Thanks
Did
for
you
that, Steve.
swear?
No, I said yo. Yo. No,
I can lip read. Yeah.
Look at this face.
It was on mute, you're okay.
I'm sweaty now, mate. Look at that.
You're sweating. How do you think I felt today? Hi, gang.
Hello.
Listen, I mean...
48 espresso, Steve. Thanks, mate.
Nice. I left you till last. What are you complaining about?
You did, yeah. Banging them out.
Fantastic. So, has everybody had a chance to try it now?
Yes.
And what was the general opinion? Let's start with the jam tongue, Steve. So, what did you think of the jam tongue?
The second one we had.
Yeah,
go for it.
Right, okay.
Go on.
These are the tasting notes that we got. Somebody
Cool.
had the traditional line of the hot buttered toast around the mouth. This is the espresso we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay. We've got a bit of citrus and acidic. We've got some berries in there.
Right.
And it was creamy and smooth.
Mouthfeel was quite creamy, quite buttery. Back end was spicy for me.
Quite scary. For it to be so, to have those kind of tasting notes, you wouldn't expect it normally with an Indo.
No.
So,
Big coffee, big dark chocolate as well.
very big body to it. And the aftertaste is huge.
What about that one with milk?
In the middle. We have
Can you read your ranking?
Woody.
Woody. Buzz Lightyear.
Any Toy Story, Woody.
Banana.
Okay.
We've got banana and toffee. They thought it was quite sweet, and somebody says that they're getting it on the front of the mouth, on the lip. They're getting a real taste, even though they're not getting the same taste when they drink it.
Okay.
Different taste on the lip, so licking good.
Excellent. Brilliant. And did you try it as brewed? Was that it was just?
No, we've not done the brewed yet. The brewed's ready to rock.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'll let you try that afterward. So moving on to the Longberry. How freaky is the bean, first of all, G? Have you looked at it?
Massive.
It's so thin and it's just like so different. So different.
Okay, the Longberry in the espresso, I got a licorice flavour from it.
Yep.
That was the first thing that hit me. And then we have a burnt toast, spices, fruitiness, a malty chocolate. So it covered all bases, really.
Yeah. Cool. Now, was there a particular favourite of the two? Did you have anything that you preferred over the others?
Favourite?
I like the first one.
I like the first one, the Longberry.
The first one, which was
the Longberry.
Right.
People.
Yeah, I preferred the other one as espresso. What was it? The Jantung as espresso. I thought it was more elegant and more balanced and really nice acidity.
Cool. That's excellent. Listen, guys, thank you so much for giving up your Taste Coffee. Listen, if anybody who's watching is anywhere near York, in fact, if you're not near York, go near York, so you can go and check out the attic. Gordon's open.
It's a Caffè Nero.
Listen, he's opened the upstairs in the shop up and he has some amazing coffees on there because they're all ours. But he also has some amazing beers as well, which aren't ours. But he's the coolest shop as well. I mean, I know I've said that about the guys at Cranston Small, but we're so blessed to have these really cool shops that we want to get involved doing something like this and also doing amazing things with coffee. So, listen, thank you very, very much for joining us.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. I think it's time to wrap up. Before I do, I've got a bit of an announcement to make about In My Mug. This is kind of the last one I'm going to do in this format. It's time for a bit of a change. 150 times of saying, hello everybody and welcome to In My Mug. Must get a bit boring for you guys, as it has for me a little bit. So we're going to be changing it round and mixing it up. So 151 is going to be different. Don't be upset that it's different. Change is good. changing it around. It means I'm more excited, which means hopefully you're more excited, and we all love it a little bit more. So In My Mug is going to be evolving and changing over the next few weeks, and it will continue to do that. So it isn't the finished product next week at all, because I really haven't got a clue what I'm doing yet. But it's just going to change. So, for the last time maybe, I don't know, you'll have to tell me about whether this goes. Life is too short for bad coffee.
Hey there, it's Paul Marr from Transcend Coffee, and I'm here doing a quick video on for Stephen Leeton's Has Been In My Mug video, his 150th edition. And he sort of threw it out there that if people wanted to be involved, that they could, and I know that's happening on Sunday, and I'm not around on Sunday, so he asked me to sort of do this quick video beforehand. And so I didn't even know what we were getting ourselves into, in all honesty, and Steve sent us some coffee, 2 coffees from Indonesia. He's got the Indonesian Wahana Jantung seed and the Indonesian Wahana Longberry estate. And when I got these coffees, to be honest, I was kind of chuckling to myself because I'm not really the biggest fan of Indonesian coffee. So it was interesting for me to cup these coffees, or taste these coffees, I shouldn't say cup. I brewed them on Technivorms, not the traditional cupping method. And so 60 grams to a liter of water. So that was the brew standard that we used, as we do with all of our coffees. And so, yeah, let's just talk really quickly about this. I don't want to make it a long, enduring thing for Steve. So the Longberry, I found, had a medium body, had sort of tart grapefruit flavors in the cup. There was a fair amount of minerality and earthiness to it, a bit of a papery finish I found on the coffee itself. And I found that it actually sort of it started to, that papery finish sort of turned a bit more rough as it cooled. And on the Jantung's seed, I enjoyed this coffee more. I got some really crisp acidity on that coffee, some nice citrus flavors, and some black tea. Having said that, there was again some sort of a rough mouthfeel to it, both in the cup and also on the finish, and some minerality. And so, in all honesty, just to wrap this up, while my taste descriptors maybe weren't the most glowing in terms of Indonesians, I have to say that these are the best Indonesian coffees I've ever tasted. As I started with, I'm not a huge fan of Indonesian coffees. I don't really love the way they process coffee over there in terms of wet hulling. I think there's some problems with it. So these coffees actually were a pleasant surprise for me, I think, in terms of what's available compared to what a lot of the coffees I've tasted from this part of the world, this region of the world. These coffees are actually quite amazing. And so to Steve, I raise my mug to you because you've actually sourced some Indonesians that I'd probably even be willing to drink on an ongoing basis. So cheers.